Get that truck out of here right now. People like you don't live in this community. Her voice slices through the morning air like a siren. Every head turns toward the driveway where a furious HOA Karen, face red with rage, points at a black man quietly unloading groceries from the back of his old camouflage pickup. He freezes. Eyes calm. Hands steady. "Ma'am, this is my house." She laughs, loud and bitter. "Sure it is. You probably just came to do lawn work. Don't make me call the cops." A few neighbors come out, phones already filming. The tension hums in the air. The man looks at her, a deep silence between them, not anger, not fear, just something stronger. Then, he says softly, "Call them." She smirks and dials 911. Moments later, flashing lights wash over the street. She crosses her arms, ready to see him dragged away. But what happens next will make the whole neighborhood go silent. Because when his wallet hits the ground, something falls out, a police badge. Before we continue, drop your city or country in the comments. I want to see how far this story travels. If you believe in respect over power, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, because this channel stands for stories where truth wins, power falls, and justice speaks loud. Marcus Grant, 44, retired Army captain, stands in his driveway, polishing his vintage camouflage truck. The morning sun glints off the hood, catching the faint scratches and dents that tell stories of past missions, long nights, and battles fought far from home. He moved to this suburban street 6 months ago, looking for peace, a place to breathe after 20 years in service. But some neighbors, and especially one HOA president, saw his presence differently, as a challenge to their rules, their comfort, their sense of control. Deborah Karen Thompson, clipboard clutched tightly, is the embodiment of bureaucracy gone rogue. She's complained about the truck, the American flag waving on his porch, even the suspicious hours he comes and goes. Each complaint is filed meticulously, each confrontation escalating slowly, like a storm building on the horizon. Marcus never argues. Never raises his voice. He just nods politely, a gentle smile on his face, and lets their frustration simmer. But today feels different. Marcus can sense her simmer turning to fury. As he rinses a stubborn stain off the truck, Karen storms across the lawn, slamming her clipboard down. "You've ignored me for the last time," she yells. "This is my neighborhood. I'm calling the cops if you don't move that truck right now." Marcus pauses, wipes his hands, and takes a deep breath. "Call them, ma'am," he says calmly. Phones pop up everywhere, neighbors capturing every moment. Tension hangs thick in the air, each second stretching, waiting for the first move that could ignite the storm. Karen's finger hovers over the phone as she dials 911, her voice trembling with a mix of fury and anticipation. "Yes, there's a man here refusing to follow community rules. I need an officer immediately." Within minutes, a patrol car turns onto the quiet suburban street, lights flashing. 2 officers step out, cautious but professional, scanning the gathering crowd. Karen steps forward, pointing at Marcus with an accusing finger. "That's him. That's the one refusing to comply. Take care of this." Marcus stands tall, calm, and still. He watches her, letting the tension grow without a single word. One officer approaches. "Sir, can we see some identification?" Karen interrupts sharply. "Careful, officer. He might be dangerous." The crowd murmurs. Phones record every second. Marcus slowly reaches into his jacket, pulling out his wallet with deliberate slowness. Silence spreads across the street. The moment stretches. Karen's smug smile falters. She thought she had already won. He hands over his ID. The first officer scans it, raising an eyebrow. "Sir, your address matches the complaint?" Marcus nods. "Yes, officer. This is my home. You're welcome to verify it." Karen scoffs, leaning in, confident that authority is on her side. "You see, officer, he refuses to obey the rules. Look at him. He thinks he's above everyone." Marcus's eyes meet hers, steady and unyielding. There is no anger, no fear, only quiet authority. The crowd leans in, holding their breath. Some neighbors whisper, exchanging glances, "Who is this man?" The tension is palpable. Every second, Karen's certainty crumbles under the weight of a truth she can't yet see. The officers glance at each other, unease creeping in. Marcus's calmness is unnerving. Karen fidgets, adjusting her glasses, trying to maintain control. Her voice rises again, desperate to assert dominance. "He's breaking the law. You have to do something." Marcus tilts his head slightly, voice low but firm. "I assure you, ma'am, you've called the wrong person today." The words hang in the air, like a whisper cutting through the tension. The officers exchange a look, a small spark of recognition flickers. And then, something slips from Marcus's wallet onto the pavement, a polished gold badge glinting in the sunlight. The street goes silent. Time seems to freeze. The gold badge lying on the pavement catches the morning sun, flashing like a warning no one can ignore. Karen freezes mid-step, her finger still pointing, her mouth slightly open. The murmurs of the neighbors rise, a low hum of curiosity and disbelief. Phones capture every moment, the camera lenses reflecting the tension back at the woman who thought she had power. One officer kneels slightly, picking up the badge, examining it carefully. His eyes widen. He glances at his partner, whispering, Sir, this says military police officer, and the rank matches." Marcus finally speaks, his voice calm but commanding, cutting through the chaos. "Ma'am, next time, maybe approach your neighbors with respect instead of threats." Karen's face turns pale. Her confidence crumbles. The badge isn't just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of authority, experience, and every battle Marcus has fought. Suddenly, the power dynamic flips. The woman who once shouted at him, who believed she could humiliate him in front of the neighborhood, now stands small and uncertain. Neighbors step closer, some clapping softly, others whispering in astonishment. Phones continue recording, each frame capturing the moment Karen's facade shatters. One officer straightens, tone firm but respectful. "Ma'am, this man is not only in compliance, he served our country with distinction. You've misjudged him." Silence hangs heavy in the street. Karen mutters something, a stammered apology, but the words barely leave her lips. Marcus's calm stare doesn't waver. He bends down, picks up the badge, and tucks it back into his wallet, a quiet reclaiming of authority. In that moment, the lesson is clear to everyone watching: true power doesn't shout. True respect is earned, not demanded. Karen stands frozen for a moment longer, her face flushed with embarrassment. The neighbors, once silent witnesses, now murmur in awe and disbelief. Phones continue recording, every frame a testament to the lesson she just learned. The woman who thought she wielded power now feels the weight of humility pressing down. Marcus straightens, adjusts his hoodie, and smiles softly. He doesn't gloat. He doesn't shout. His calm authority speaks louder than any words. "Ma'am, I hope this teaches a better way to approach your neighbors in the future," he says quietly, nodding before turning to tend to his truck. The officers, still flanked by the curious crowd, offer respectful nods and depart. Karen mutters something inaudible, retreating to her car, defeated but alive with the memory of public correction. By evening, the video of the confrontation spreads across social media. Neighbors replay it, sharing captions like, "HOA president tries to bully veteran, gets schooled instantly. Quiet hero wins again." The HOA board, facing mounting embarrassment and viral scrutiny, quietly removes Karen from her post. The street returns to its usual calm, but the story lingers, a reminder that respect is earned, not demanded, and that true authority doesn't need to prove itself with threats or intimidation. Narration closes with cinematic weight. Sometimes justice doesn't need shouting. Sometimes it arrives quietly, in the calm, steady hands of someone who has already faced every battle the world could throw at them. Soft sunlight reflects off Marcus's truck as he waves to neighbors returning to their homes. The American flag flutters gently, a quiet symbol of service, honor, and victory over arrogance. Better Tomorrow Sunrise, stories where truth wins, power falls, and justice speaks loud.